How do you keep your hair silky and soft? Do you have any go-to products or techniques? Avoid silicones in your hair products. It's in everything from shampoo and conditioner to styling products. Anything ending cone is trashing your hair. Detoxing from them takes a bit, and my hair definitely didn't look its best in the process. Lol at everyone saying avoid bleach and dyes. Yes, those are obvious, but it's honestly unrealistic, especially in the day and age of expression through hair. Here are real tips to mitigate damage and keep processed hair soft. I have bleached level 9/10 hair, currently silver/gray in color. Olaplex No 3 or generic bond building once a week. Deep conditioning hair mask once a week. I like Ion After Color Sealer and Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Mask. I use the dry bar straightening brush with bed head, some like it hot protection spray maybe once a month. Otherwise I love Shea Moisture Curl Smoothie for my waves. L'Oreal Professional Mythic Oil Will Original and all Olaplex styling products. Regular trims. 2. I do own thing that the translation is hair schedule. Where you do moisturize, nutrition and reconstruction. Now that my hair is great, I do it alternating weekly masks of moisture and nutrition. And once a month I do a reconstruction. I also use oil on my hair. I like coconut virgin oil once every 2 weeks. And I always use a oil on my ends before I go to bed. My favorite is the Wella Oil Reflections. I never blow dry NY hair without a heat protector. And I use a salicylic acid exfoliation on my scalp once a week. Actually, my scalp is the most important part of NY routine. I wash my hair every other day. I always make sure my scalp is clean and well treated. This makes all the difference in my hair. Days, see the color green move around when you're trying to sleep? Your mind produces all kinds of stuff as a background when it's idling. With your eyes closed. These centers in the brain don't have anything to do. The optic nerve is still sending data to the brain. But it's like dead air on a radio station. Think of it as visual static. I really didn't think anyone else would understand this, but yeah, it's like transparent colors moving around in a lava lamp type movement when I'm not distracted/doing anything else. I've always seen it, to the point I stopped paying attention until just now because of this post. I remember seeing it a lot more vividly as a kid and would actually try to see things in it. Yes, but not just green. Lots of colors like shifting blobby clouds. It sounds really weird, but I stare into it to see if I can see things until I fall asleep. Never thought I'd be talking about this anywhere, to be honest. Visual snow is like TV static moving around. Some people see all kinds of colors, some only see one or two. I see all colors and I have my whole life. Used to lay in bed when I couldn't sleep and watch them move around in groups. It's annoying though, because when it's really dark everything is flashing. It's hard to read because I see it on paper and walls. And I get headaches that I believe are caused by it, like all the time. For me, it's mostly orange or blue. But yeah, I see colors as well while my eyes are closed/while I'm falling asleep. Don't know what the science behind it is. But I hate it. Since it's distracting and makes my head hurt sometimes. Life gets crazy at times. What are some quotes/sayings that have helped you relax and accept the chaos that is life? I'm older now. And Mr. Fred Rogers still slaps anytime I need him. Often when you think you're at the end of something, you're at the beginning of something else. There are times when explanations, no matter how reasonable, just don't seem to help. There is no normal life that is free of pain. It's the very wrestling with our problems that can be the impetus for our growth. There's a part of all of us that longs to know that even what's weakest about us is still redeemable and can ultimately count for something good. You can't really love someone else unless you really love yourself first. It's alarming to face the prospect that you might never truly feel as though you know what you're doing. In work, marriage, parenting, or anything else. But it's liberating, too. Because it removes a central reason for feeling self-conscious or inhibited about your performance in those domains in the present moment. If the feeling of total authority is never going to arrive, you might as well not wait any longer to give such activities your all, to put bold plans into practice. To stop erring on the side of caution. It is even more liberating to reflect that everyone else is in the same boat, whether they're aware of it or not. #X200B, Oliver Berkman. The only one I have from experience is when it comes to hospital bills and after multiple visits into the ER because of mental reasons why, and no insurance and no money. Seeing these bills come in made me realize that this system is just totally out of my control. I stopped caring about the hospital bills at that point because my health was more important. Thankfully, some of them did get waived off. Why do we require a degree or certificate for jobs that you could clearly learn by being apprenticed under someone? Because I don't have time to fully train someone from the ground up and do my job at the same time just to hope they don't quit and quit. Probably. At one point in time, the tools and trade was more difficult and failure more expensive. Combine this with periods of unemployment, power imbalance between supplier and client, favor of supplier, and a lot of people looking to score cash, and you get the need for certifications. Over time, though, the variables changed. But process doesn't. And a lot of apprenticeships does not follow a standard. And standards are important. Best is to complement and do both. Personally, I feel like a degree or any kind of diploma is a certificate of not being dumb and quat. Honestly, most jobs are learned on site directly. Schools are just to teach you how to learn and to think. When specialized, eventually it gives you solid tools to apply in your job, but 80% is learned when actually on the job. Degrees are like, okay, he managed to get this or this degree. He's smart enough to be able to learn how to do this job in X months or X years and quat. At least, that's how it feels to me. More often than not, a degree is the minimum requirement before you can start learning. For instance, after finishing your degree in programming, you are going to be pretty useless for a long period still, and have to find a company willing to take on a junior knowing he'll need training for years to come. Without a degree, said training would just take 3 more years, and you wouldn't even have the assurance that he'll be capable of learning, which is the real value a degree gives you. Good luck finding a company willing to spend 5 years on someone to make them useful in their field, crossing their fingers hoping he doesn't quit right afterwards.